Hey guys, how's it going? Good morning. Let me set up the room real quick and then we can get started. So it looks like we have a lot of news this morning. We'll try to work around it and see if we can hop into any trades from here until then. But we got to be a little careful with all of the upcoming news. So all right, let me just finish setting this up real quick and we should be good to go. Good for the most part. Link out, sent over to our premium members real quick. Link right there. Get this all set up right here as well. All right, just letting everybody in the room. Morning, everybody. It's 6:23 right now. We have about 7 minutes till market open, so we still got some time. Not in a super crazy rush right now, but definitely getting everything in line for market open. Everybody into this. So 6:24 right now. We got about 6 minutes. Finish setting this out, and we should be good to go. That's good. That's good. That's good. And lastly, all right, looks like we're all good to go. I sent the link out to everybody here. All right, cool. Yeah, so everything looks pretty solid here for the most part. Let me just check the other page over here. It's 6:25 right now. We have 5 minutes till open. Let me pull up US 30 real quick. Looking at US 30 right here, it has some sort of a sell bias right here on the 10-minute. Looking on the 3-minute, it did shift upwards for a bullish bias. Here on the 1 minute, it also has a bullish bias. So it's not aligned right now on the technical side. Technical side, it's kind of both ways. But obviously the 10-minute is going to be controlling. So we're going to see where it goes from here. We need all of the time frames right here, 10-minute, 3-minute, and 1 minute to align. So it looks like it's just temporarily going up, but it's going to shift back down. So we're going to leave this alone for now. Technicals aren't one-sided. Looking at the Dow index currently, the Dow index future is at it's bearish right now. It's negative 144 pips. When the market opens right here, this will give us an indication as to where the price is actually going. So in about 4 minutes, we'll see what the fundamental analysis is here. But currently on the technical side, it I mean, we obviously want this to shift down to a sell bias because the 10-minute is still a sell bias. So it's not going to be a bullish bias until price is above the pivots and the trend meter turns green. So until then, we're really not going to have many entries to take. So we'll see if we can catch that breakout entry, but it might be a little bit tricky because there is news coming up this morning as well. Looking at the calendar right here, we have the final services PMI at 6:45. So in about 20 minutes, we have this first news event. At 7 o'clock, we have ISM PMI. That's going to be the important one. This will probably affect the market pretty heavily. And then at 8 o'clock, we have the crude oil inventories. So I'm not sure if we're going to have much room to take very many trades today, guys. I'm going to try to catch that breakout. After that, we might have to chill till 7 because we have the ISM PMI. And then again, at 8, we have the crude oil inventory. So we'll try to take the breakout. If we don't have a breakout, we'll wait till after 7, hopefully catch some scalps between there. But by 8, we'll probably have to call it a day because Crude oil inventories is at 8, and then at 9 o'clock we have the Fed members Bostic and Fed member Quarles speaking. So literally all morning today, heavy news all day. And you guys don't want to be trading during that time. I mean, you guys can, but you know it's going to be super risky. You just keep that in mind. So anyways, going back to the Dow 30 index, market opens in about 3 minutes. Looking at it here, it's pretty red on this end for the futures. So looking at the futures for June, it's negative. I mean, we're down 159 points. So I think this is going to swing back down as well. On the 10-minute, obviously, like I mentioned, the 10-minute is controlling, and the 10-minute over here is sorry guys, I'm getting messages from other people. Yeah, 10-minute right here is bearish. 3-minute is still bullish over here, and the 1-minute is bullish as well. But I think everything's going to shift downwards once the market actually opens. Sorry guys, there's so many people messaging me right now. See, Sam said, our market's going to open in about 2 minutes. Sorry guys, I'm just having a conversation with Sam right now. All right, so looking at this here, a market's opening in about 30 seconds. We have a bearish bias here on the 10-minute. It looks like it's going to come down. So just keep that in mind. We'll take a look over here to see where it goes. I got my MC4 ready over here. Let me just pull it up actually, make sure everything's set. All right. Yeah, it looks pretty much set for the most part. All right, cool. Hey, morning, Peter. Morning, Kenny. Morning, Nick. Morning, Joseph. Morning, everybody. So yeah, guys, we're about to kick it off right now. Let's see. Morning, Miles. Morning, George. Morning, Kirsten. Morning, Emmanuel. Morning, Spencer. Morning, Carlos. Morning, everybody. Yeah, here we go. Market just opened right now. As you can see, it's starting to drop a little low. We'll see where it's going over here for the actual Dow index. Dow index looks pretty red to me. It's super red. Yeah, it's all red over here. So like I mentioned earlier, you know, I was anticipating it to drop. It looks like it's going to drop right here anyways. It's already negative 144 points on open. That's a pretty hard drop from there. So in order for us to take this breakout entry, we need the 3-minute to close below here. And we also need the 1-minute to close below here too. So if this closes right here, I'll probably be taking this for a sell. Just keep in mind, it's gonna be a risky sell to take. So let's see. All right, so I'm in that sell right there. I'm already in it, but it's gonna be risky. So guys, just keep in mind, if you guys aren't familiar with the strategy, you know, maybe this is something that you guys might want to sit out unless you're really comfortable with it, because it is going to be a risky trade to take. If you're going to take it, maybe take it at a smaller lot size, or remember to pull out when you have the opportunity to. Because yeah, just keep in mind, it's going to be risky. There's a lot of news this morning, and we're going to have to pull out of this pretty quickly. So there we go. As it drops down to there. If it drops down to this point and then it swings back up, I'm going to manually close it. Because we do have a lot of news coming up at 7. We actually have news coming up in about 15 minutes as well. So we'll see where it goes from this point. Over here. All right. Oh, fuck, I accidentally closed out my position. Yeah, I'm trying to hop back in. I accidentally closed. I already locked in like a couple $1,000 right there. I'm going to try to hop back in. That was an accident. I misclicked right now. I was trying to edit the parameters. So I just got back in right there. All right. Dude, this thing is so volatile. I'm like thinking if I should just hop back out and hop back again a second time. All right, I'm letting it come down right here. There we go. So I'm watching right now. If it comes back up to that red line, I'm going to close out manually. Ah, fuck. Damn, that was, I accidentally closed. Okay, I'm out of the trade, guys. Man, this is like freaking, I did the same thing twice. It's okay. I locked in a lot of profit. So I'm out of the trade, guys. If you guys want to hold on to full TP, you guys can. I accidentally closed out again. It was I had my freaking finger on the other button, like right next to the close button, and I accidentally clicked it, but it's okay. I'll show you guys my profits. I locked in about like, man, fuck, how do I do that? Wait, what? Oh, that's lame. So this is what I don't really like about the copier sometimes because whatever. It took it on one account, it didn't take it on the other account. So I made about 6,000 total for the day on one account. The other account I only made 4,000 because it didn't catch the second trade. Damn. Yeah, it's freaking lame. Whatever. But yeah, guys, if you guys want to hold on, feel free. If it comes back to this line right here, I would recommend manually closing it out because there is news coming up in about 10 minutes. That was moving so quick, guys. Sorry. I ended up, I'll show you guys my profits. I'm going to screenshot them right now. But yeah, this is why I don't like using the copier very much because sometimes it misses the trade if it's moving too fast. So I'm in total about 10,000 for the day profit, which I mean, it's nothing to complain about, but I would have liked to have 12,000 if it took the other trade on the other account. But here, let me send you guys a screenshot of the trade over here. I think it was quick, super quick. I think it's going to come down and hit TP, but it's all right. I'm already out. I don't want to risk it with the news coming up soon. So you guys, it's shot back up right now. What I recommend is you guys would manually close it. If you guys want to hold on to it, feel free. But you know, you guys know my recommendation already. I'm recommending that you guys close it. But if you want to hold up to full TP, you can go ahead. Just remember that that's your risk, right? But yeah, no, Sam, you're cool. You're not disturbing. I was just, I just lost track of time. But all right, let me just show you guys my profits real quick. So you guys can see how it's shifting back up, right? There's news coming up. So I'm recommending that you guys close it right now if you want. But, you know, just like I said, it's up to you whether you want to hold it or not. So you guys already heard my recommendation there. Let's see. I'm just going to put this down over here real quick. It's probably going to come down. Like, don't get me wrong, it's probably going to come down and hit full TP. But like I mentioned before, it's okay, let me just get this over here. There we go, full TP, just like I mentioned. It was going to drop down eventually. It was just risky because it oh, there you go. There's your horns. So there's a lot of stuff happening shortly, guys. There's a ton of news happening. Let me just send you guys the profit over here as well. Man, that thing moves so fast, but whatever, we're good. So let me just give you guys another update in the group real quick. Let's hit full TP. All right, so that was like probably one of the fastest drops in a while because this market's been kind of slow. But no, definitely great work everybody for hitting that full TP right there. All right, if you guys want to send profits to me, feel free. I'm over here looking at the group. A lot of you guys locked in some profit right now. Let's see. C-Soup locked in 4,347 for the day. Larkin locked in 7,287 for the day. You guys can see everyone's locking big numbers here. Angela locked in 850 for the day. Congrats. Kyle over here, he locked in 1,060 for the day. Nice work, Kyle. Kyle doesn't know anything about trading. He just hopped on at K2 pretty recently. Yeah, great work, Kyle. Everyone here too. Nico as well. Nico's up well over almost 1,500 for the day. So almost 1,500 for the day. Nice work, Nico. Yeah, if you guys have any other profits that you guys want to send over to me, send them in the group or send them to me. It's really up to you guys how you guys want to send this over to me. But yeah, no, definitely. I will post up a little more. Cheryl over here too. Cheryl locked in 1,617, and I'll post my profits too. So like, check this out real quick. Nice, Romano. I just saw your profits right now. Nice, William. Just saw your profits too. So yeah, here's what I was just talking about earlier. So I'm up, let's see, on my first account, I'm up 6,000 for the day right here. This account didn't copy the second trade, unfortunately. So I only made about 5,000 on that account. So I'm technically up about 11,000 for the day, close to 12,000. It would have been nice if it was a full 12,000, but you know, I can't complain with this much profit for this morning. So anyways, let me just give an update right here for these. Great profits. That K2 US 30 breakout entry. All right, so let me just copy this over real quick. Yeah, I mean, I can't complain. I have no losses, right? If you guys are, you know, you guys know how I trade. I only take trades that I'm 100% sure about. The market was just moving too fast. I had freaking butterfingers over here. I clicked the wrong button and I ended up closing out of my trade, but I ended up double dipping into it. So I technically locked in the, I mean, almost the full move. It was just, I kept misclicking because MT4 has been freezing up on me. But looking at this here, this is what I was talking about. So these are the two trades we took this morning. The first half that I took, I locked in about 1,200. The second time when I tried to hop in right here, hopped in for a double dip basically to finish the move. I locked in 2,435. So basically for this one move right here, just small move right here, I locked in about 1,290 plus 2,435. So about 3,725. I didn't get the full move. I closed out around this area because I said when it swings back up, I'm going to close out, right? And that's what I did. I just followed the trading plan. And then if you want to add this one over here as well, this is another win that I took off that point. Oh, wait a minute. Never mind. Okay, so this is what I don't like about the copier. I did take both of the trades here, but I don't know what happened here. I got out for 1,290 here, but the first trade over here on the copier, I only made 490. This is why the copier isn't 100% reliable, because shit like that will happen. I thought I missed the trade, but I didn't. It just closed it out for a lot less profit than it should have been because it was too volatile. So just looking at that there, if I add that together, 3,725. Okay, so with this trade right here on both of my accounts, because they did take both of the trades there, I actually made 6,195 because I just added these up right here, these last two trades. So these two right here, and then these two right here. That's crazy. That's a huge difference, right? From 3,725 to 2,470. Sometimes the copier isn't fast enough. It shit happens, you know, like that. And that's why it's hard to really do that during, like, with scalping, unless the market's moving smoothly. So nice. Nice, Paul. Yeah, so Paul said made 15K on the big numbers demo I have. By the way, an update on US 30 yesterday. They hit my stop loss, but they were in profit. Yeah, no, definitely. I remember talking to you about that yesterday, Paul. So yeah, no, I was following it too over here on the 1 hour. I actually deleted it. But yeah, it did hit, it came all the way back down pretty hard, and I ended up shifting downwards for a sell. So yeah, not bad, guys. Congrats to everybody here who took that trade. You guys should have had some straight wins right there. There was literally no drawdown. It swung up like temporarily for like a few seconds, and then it shot all the way down like it was supposed to. Everything lined up, right? If you guys sat in during my analysis pre-market, I said it was going to drop, right? I said the 10-minute is bearish, so the 3-minute and 1 minute are probably going to follow. And then once the fundamentals indicated, oh, it's going to be a sell, what happened? It dropped all the way down, right? So this is why it's important that you guys have a full analysis on the trades that you take. You guys don't just hop into stuff. You're like, oh, the technical says this, right? You gotta match the technical with the fundamental side, because the fundamental side showed all red here. So I was like, okay, it's going to drop for sure. And that's why I was confident with entering the sell right here. So just, just keep that in mind. Man, Nick said his MT4 pooped on him. That was going on with me yesterday, Nick. So I had to pull out of my trades as well. If I held on to my trade from last night, I would have dropped this. I would have caught this whole drop over here. Because if you guys remember, I was in a sell like way up here. or was it? Yeah, I was in a sell like way over here. So the thing is, I was just talking to Jeff about it. I was on the phone with Jeff yesterday, actually. I was in a sell like way up here. If I held on to it like all the way down here, because I was gonna take that sell and go to sleep, but MT4 kept freezing on me. So I just closed out for a small profit right here for like 300 bucks, right? I was like, bro, that 300 bucks could have been like, here, let me see. It could have been like nearly, because this is a big drop. If I just held on to it, just went to sleep, I would have made a heavy profit of about 30,000, almost $30,000 off that trade. So instead of making 360, if I just took that trade and I let it be, and I caught this big drop right here, I could have locked in nearly 30,000 if I just let it run overnight, because it dropped so much down here. But if you guys remembered in the chat yesterday, I mentioned over here, I said, I took the US 30 sell scalp. I sent this at 9:45, right? So I was already in this trade way before this all happened. So I was in this trade last night and I said, took this K2 US 30 sell scalp using the 10-minute strategy, had to pull out early because MT4 kept freezing on me. Unfortunately, I only locked in 300 bucks off that trade. I could have locked in 30,000 if I took the whole move here. But that's the beauty in the game here. Like, it's not always going to go your way, but as long as your analysis plays out properly, you could feel good about, if this would have happened, you would have made this much profit. So it's all good. I'll be catching that the next time. I mean, it's all good, right? Whatever. I made a pretty good amount of profit this morning, so not complaining about it at all. Nice. Logically said, mess up a couple moves, still great profit. So logically over here, he made a couple of mistakes here, but he did still make 2,724 for the day. So nice work logically. Truck Gamer said, hey, do you have a Telegram account? I'm new here. Yeah, you just go on the website. Truck here, I'll just give you the website over here. And then when you sign up to the free community, you'll have access to all my contacts there. Nice. Gene Vaughn over here locked in 2,480. So a lot of you guys locked in some pretty solid profits today. If you guys have more profits you guys want to send over to me, feel free. William over here, he said lower lot sizes as high news, going to be bigger next week. So William over here locked in 551 this morning. Yesterday, William's goal was to make 1,000. So he said, thanks for my first day making over 1,000. And he did that yesterday with us. If you guys were trading with us yesterday. So William's been on fire this whole week, made about 800 the other day. He made 1,000 the day after that. And then today he made 500 with me just here on the live session. So congrats to you, William. Romano over here as well. Romano locked in about 520. So great work, Romano. He's been doing pretty good too. Romano had about 520 today. Yesterday or the other day, he made about 331. And I think before that, he did pretty well. So he went from like a small account to like a pretty big account now, because he was making a couple $100 before, like right here, obviously 157. Couple $100 right there. And then now he's up to making 300 and now 500. So you can see here, it's a growing process here at K2, right? Everyone grows their accounts consistently with me. Same with Robert over here. See, Robert locked in 10,000 for the day. Nice work, Robert. Congrats. So Robert, he took the sells that I mentioned, but he held them to full TP. You can see he had almost 500 profit right here. I mean, 5,000 profit, because this whole move right here, if he was to hold it full TP from here all the way down, he would have locked in, that much profit. So nice work, Robert. Congrats to you. He locked in 10,000 for the day. I think Robert might have the highest profit out of everyone for this morning. And that's not something new, right? People are always locking a lot of profit here, but definitely great work to Robert over here to pretty much take it home, pretty much embarrass my my $6,000 profit for the day. But yeah, no, definitely guys, great work amongst everyone here. We'll let's move forward with the scalps here. So we do have news coming up right now. I think, let's see, we have final PMI, final services PMI just released right now at 6:45. Let's see if it's positive. It's around that point, same thing, and that's unchanged. Looking over at the ISM, this is going to be happening in about 10 or about 13 minutes. So this is the big news. Once this news passes, we can possibly try to enter a couple more scalps. But after that, I think we might just be calling it a day because we have too much news after that. So once it hits 7 over here, we'll have about an hour to possibly try to lock in a couple more scalps if we can. If not, then we might just be wrapping it up shortly before 8 a.m. because we have news. We have another news event at 8 a.m. It's crude oil inventories. And then right after that, we have the Fed speaking at 9 and 12. So, I mean, there's just a lot of news this morning. You're going to see a lot of crazy movement as these news events are released. So just keep that in mind, guys. All right. But yeah, okay. So going back to what I was just looking at over here, I'm going to look for a retracement here because we have a bearish buy still. I'm going to look for a retracement and then I'm going to catch it as it comes, right back down here. So just keep that in mind right there. That's what we'll be looking for. Same here on the 3-minute. We'll be looking for a retracement upwards, which is fine. That's what we're looking for here, and catch it as it comes back down there. And then here on the 10-minute, everything's pretty much, it's fine at this point. I'll just see if there's any other zones here for any snipe entries. No zones right now. But yeah, for the most part, everyone's locked in some pretty massive profit just from that first trade this morning. So there's not really a need to force anything right now, right? So what I recommend is we'll wait until this news event happens at 7 a.m. And then after that, we'll have an hour to hopefully grab at least maybe 1 or 2 more scalps. And then from there, I think that's going to be it for the day because we do have news for the rest of the morning. It's not worth the risk. And it's NFP. So just keep in mind the market is going to move kind of crazy today. So yeah, this thing's trying to drop down even further. Oh, man, I was so tempted to hop back in, but I know I shouldn't. The news is going to come in about 10 minutes. So we can wait. It's better for us to just be patient and wait for the next entry before we, we hop back into stuff here. Let me just scroll up real quick. Nico said, did you go back in? Yeah, I did go back in like about twice. Trading said, did you just close before the drop? Yeah, it was an accident. I accidentally clicked I clicked the wrong button and I closed out, but I ended up hopping back in. So I still locked in some solid profit, a total of 6,000 for the day across both my accounts for just that trade. Total for the day, I'm up, let's see. So this is how much I made for just that one trade. But for this morning, I'm actually up, let's see, 6,083.13 plus 4,828.14 cents. So I'm up 10,911. So technically I'm up there with Robert. He's still, oh no, I'm a little higher than Robert. So me combined both of my accounts, I'm up 10,911. Robert's up 10,845. So we're both around that same area. Gene Vaughn said I just went back in again. So Gene Vaughn hopped back in. He's up 3,813 now. So nice work, Gene Vaughn. So if you guys have the indicators and you guys are able to these indicators are available to you guys. Keep that in mind. If you guys want access to the indicators so that you can do what Gene Vaughn just did right here, he locked in this profit on his own because we were taking sells, but he was taking buys because he has indicators. So he's pretty much, doing stuff on his own. So yeah, I mean, if you want to do this on your own and lock in your own profit here, just go on the website over here at k2trades.com, or where's the website? It's not here anymore. Let me just open for you guys. k2trades.com. Go on the website over here, click on K2 strategy course right there. And then that's how you'll get access to the K2 indicators so that you guys can do this on your own. But we do have news coming up in about 9 minutes. So I'm not going to mess with the market. We're going to hold off on it shortly. Let's see. Miles said, is the copier included in the copier isn't by me, Miles. We use a social trader tool. So if you want to look that up, you can look it up. It's not mine. It's not my copier. And it's not a copier for you. It's not something where you guys copy my trades. Just keep that in mind. Like, just a reminder, guys, I don't like dealing with like lazy traders. So if you guys are here just to copy my signals and stuff, that's cool, but I'm not going to put you on my copier. I'm not going to take trades for you. I'm here to teach you guys so you guys can do this on your own. Obviously, people here doing it on their own, right? Like even Robert here. Robert took all these trades on his own. He probably took these as I called them this morning, but he took these other ones on his own. So I'm here to teach you guys how to trade and show you guys exactly what I do, the whole blueprint, but I'm not here to do things for you guys. So just keep that in mind. I think you might've been confused with the copier, Miles. It's not a copier where you add your account to my account. It's a copy where you could copy your own trades, but I'm not just gonna add you guys to my copier and give you guys a give you guys a free win every time I win. So yeah, definitely. I'm getting a bunch of messages right now. Let's see. All right, cool. So, all right, guys, the news coming in about 8 minutes. So we will, yeah, no, definitely, Joey. Thanks for reminding me. Yeah, we have news coming up in about 8 minutes. We have the ISM PMI. This is going to affect the market. We'll see where it goes from there. And then we'll try to enter some scalps from now until then. So this is fine that we have an opposite signal here. This is actually what we want. We want it to shift up, and then we'll catch it as it comes back down. So that's fine. This is perfectly fine that it's shifting up like this. That's exactly what we were looking for. Now we can catch the sell as it comes back down further. So let me go back to the fundamentals over here to see where the index is moving. All right, so everything here is still pretty bearish. It's mostly red right here. The Dow index over here it's down 223 points. Let's see, Twitter launches a subscription service. People still use Twitter? Oh, interesting. Yeah, no, interesting. I didn't realize people are still using Twitter. I guess they're trying to make a comeback. All right, cool. Yeah, no, definitely, Joseph. I'm here to help you guys out. Like, literally, I was in your guys' position before where I wanted someone to help me, show me how to do this stuff. So I'm just giving back to you guys because trading's been crazy for all of us here. Forex trading made easy, trade with the pros. He said, what website are you looking at for the red? Are you talking to me, Forex, or are you talking to... I use Forex Factory. So if you go to forexfactory.com, you click on calendar. This has all the news right here. I mean, there's a lot of other places you can look, but this is what I use. This has been the most accurate for me. In all my trading years here, I've been trading for like a long time now. Yeah, we use Forex Factory for our news. So the US 30 is starting to shift up. That's fine because the news is coming soon. So when the news happens in about 6 minutes, it can do the complete opposite. So looking at this over here, same situation. We're just waiting for it to come up and come back down. News coming in about 5 minutes, so we'll see where it goes from there. Nice, Justin over here, Justin Nickel. He locked in about 1,874. Nice work, Justin. Yeah, so you guys are doing pretty good. You guys are killing it. Gene Vaughn over here. After Patricia told him not to enter anything else, he entered real quick, and then he locked in another $500. So nice work, Gene Vaughn. He's up 4,318 for the day. So great work, Gene Vaughn. Great work, Justin over here. He's up about 2,000. Great work amongst everyone here. Everyone here is straight in some deep profit for the day, including myself. So we'll, obviously we'll see where it goes from here. It was coming up in about 5 minutes, so we'll see where it goes. Yeah, Miles. So if you want to, if you want to look at the, here, I'll just put it up for you. The copier that I use is Social Trader Tools. You can add like one account and you should be fine. I mean, it shouldn't be a big deal. I think it's free for like one account. But if you want to add like multiple accounts, it's like $50. It's not really that expensive. Like you literally make the money back every time you win a trade. But this is what we use here for a copier. I don't provide the copier. I was going to build my own. Well, actually I did have my own copier, but it's just a lot of work keeping it maintained. So I just use Social Trader Tools. Yeah, it works pretty well, Miles. It's just when the market's really volatile, it might not execute trades exactly where you want to. And if you're using different brokers, it's going to be difficult too. So if you're going to use a copier, I recommend you use the same broker for each account. And it only works for MT4, so just keep that in mind. MT4 and MT5. I don't think it supports any other brokers or any other trading platforms. So just keep that in mind as well if that's what you're looking for. Kenton over here, so Kenton locked in. Nice, bro. So Ken locked in some nice profit over here as well. Ken, all blue, straight wins for Ken over here. So you've been on fire, Ken. Just looking at your profits from this whole week. Today you locked in this much profit. Let's see, close to 500 bucks, maybe a little over 500. Actually, you locked in a lot more, almost close to 1,000 here. So today Ken locked in almost 1,000. Again, yesterday Ken locked in about 258. The day before that, he locked in about 485. So you've been on fire, Ken. You've been, you're not taking really big trades, but you're still locking in a lot of profit every day. Straight wins over here from Kenton. So you guys can see we always have, I document everyone's trades. Whenever you guys message me, I never delete all this stuff, so I can see how you've been doing from, like from the first time we met. Like Ken over here, you can see all month of May right here. If you look at my whole chat with Kenton, look at his profits, even till April, right? 1,000 in April, May 3rd, 1,448, a couple $100 here. I keep track of you guys. So like whenever you guys send me profits, I can tell if you guys are doing well. I can tell if you guys are like around break even. But all you guys here have always been like deep in profit. No reason for you guys to be not passing your FTMOs or not being in profit. So now great work amongst everyone here. So let me just go back to the market over here. 2 minutes, news is happening. So we'll be waiting for that. Let's see. Sam said Odd Cad just hit TP1. Oh, I missed it. Okay, so let me just take a screenshot of this right here. Thanks, Sam, for reminding me. I wasn't paying attention. So TP1 for Odd Cad over here. If you guys took the trade that I called, it just hit TP1. I think I missed the alert when we were trading US 30. So again, right there, another TP. So we haven't had, it's been a pretty good week overall. So hopefully you guys have locked in profits with us here as well. So just giving you guys an update right there for Odd Cad. Yeah, so all right, great work here. Let me go back to US 30 real quick. News is happening in about 1 minute. So about 30 seconds from now, we'll see what happens from this point. Price might spike one way or the other. And then we will, we'll see what happens from there. All right, 20 seconds till news. I just saw the K² admin chat over there. All right, there we go. It's dropping and it's shooting back up. I'm just responding to some people on Telegram. All right, cool. So just looking here on the 3 minute, like I mentioned before, this is fine if it swings up like that, because this is what we need to happen. We need to swing up and we catch it as it comes back down. Looking over here on the 10 minute, it still has a bearish bias right there. The 3 minute over here, we'll just have to wait for it to come back down to take that trade. And then same here on the 1 minute. We need the 1 minute and 3 minute both to come down to confirm this move. It's fine if we have that buy signal right there. MT4 is going over. There's my MT4. All right, anyways, yeah, the news is still playing right now. Let me see where it goes from here. Let's see, news here at 7. All right, so the news was positive. They actually did the opposite. They were anticipating it to be negative, but it was slightly positive. I don't think it affected the market that much because it was only up by like a point. Yeah, it was 63. Oh no, actually, okay, no, it's proper. They were forecasting it to be positive. It was 62.7. They're forecasting it to be 63, but it was actually 64. So that's fine. We'll just see how the market reacts to that. Let me go back to the fundamentals over here, see if anything's changed. Fundamentals over here still very bearish. So the sells are still a go. Looking at the daily over here, it's still down 178 points. So sells are still a go. I don't think I'll take any sells here off the 1 minute though. I would need the 3 minute to give me that entry. So what I'm looking for here is I'm looking for an opposite signal upwards, like how it's right there pending. That's completely fine. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let it shoot up like that. And then as it comes back down right here and closes below the pivots, then I'll enter that for a sell off of 3 minute. I don't think I'm going to mess with the 1 minute today. It's just too risky. And price is still going to be manipulated here due to the news. So we'll see. It might just spike all the way back down right after this. See where it goes from here off this next candle. We got about 30 seconds left on this here. So let's see. Harris said, looking for buys only today. Let me see. I mean, good luck if you're looking for buys. It's a pretty obvious sell right here for S&P, bro. It's pretty far down. So I don't know. It might shift back up. Initially, it was sells, but I mean, I don't know. Maybe it shifted up to a buy. So yeah, good luck to you, Harris, if you're looking for a buy there. I mean, it could go your way, but for us right here, our bias still is, I mean, it's still for a sell. So we'll see where it goes from there. I mean, it could go your way. I don't know how long you plan on trading it that way or holding it that way. So maybe if you're doing smaller scalps, it could be good. But just looking at the indexes over here, it's all pretty red. Like I would never go against, the bias here. The bias here is clearly red. So I don't know if you're trying to if you're trying to counter trend trade. If you are, that could work. But I don't know how long it'll hold for. If they're all red here, right? The Dow Jones is red. It's down 161 points. S&P is down negative 28 points. NASDAQ's down negative 160. The Russell 2K is down negative 35. So, I usually don't try to go against the grain, but I mean, if it works for you, then, by all means, make that profit. So let me see if there's anything else over here real quick. Yeah, because we don't know what's going to happen yet, because this spike up right here is because of the news, right? We looked at the news was positive right here. That can be a trap. Like it can be a temporary push up because, everyone sees, oh, it's positive news. So what happens? Everyone tries to buy, right? As soon as everyone buys, it just reverses as soon as everyone gets into the trade. So I personally wouldn't follow that move in that direction. Let's check what the IG sentiment looks like here. IG sentiment hasn't updated. So there's no IG sentiment right now. But I mean, overall, just looking at the Dow future over here, it's pretty down, still down 200 points. The Dow index for the day is down 150 points. So it might be shifting up, but I mean, who knows? Like I mentioned, we're going to try to follow through and see where it goes from here. But I'm not really going to base anything off the 1 minute because 1 minute's too far off. I'll base it off a 3 minute here. But we still need that buy signal before we can even take the trade in the other direction. Here, let's see. Yeah, Nick said, got to take those 3 minute signals for those small 10 pip moves. Yeah, no, exactly. If you guys were applying the 3 minute strategy here, like literally all night, they all would have hit CP. So looking at this right here, you would have gone for 25 or 250 pips. So looking at this right here, that would have been a full TP. Another sell right there, that would have been a full TP. So if you guys were awake during London session and taking all these trades, you would have made a ton of profit all throughout the morning. Yeah, because they all hit full TP right there. I wasn't trading during this time. Obviously, I was asleep because I live on opposite time zones. So right here, full TP. Like literally, if you took any 3 minutes here, any of these 3 minute entries, they all would have hit full TP right there. And I mean, literally went on for the entire night. So congrats to whoever caught that. I mean, I didn't catch it, but wish I did. See, Deswell said, hey, Shawn, when you scalp the trade and the trade goes the wrong way, how many pips do you let the trade run? I mean, it depends on the market conditions as well. If the market conditions are normal, where there's no news, we go up to 500 pips. If there's light news, we go up to 750 pips. The max that I'll go into a drawdown for would be 1,000 pips. But it just depends on the market conditions. If there's news that day, you have to have a bigger safety net because you just don't know if it's just going to spike up like how it does sometimes. Sometimes it'll spike up like this, go into drawdown, and then all of a sudden you miss the whole drop right here. So generally it's about 500 pips. It's between 500 and 1,000 pips, depending on market conditions for that morning. Like yesterday, right? So if you guys were following me yesterday, there was no news in the morning on Thursday. So or on Wednesday, there was no news in the morning. So we used normal 500 pip stop loss. On Tuesday, there was a lot of news, right? So we had to keep that big gap there just in case news would have spiked price one way or the other. So we had about 1,000 pip stop loss for there. For today, there was news this morning, but not very much around the time of our entry. So our stop loss probably would have been in between 500 and 750, but it's going to be around that range as well. All right, so looking at the 3-minute here, this is fine. We need this buy signal. So just because you see this buy signal here doesn't mean that that's a bad thing. That's actually a good thing, because we need a buy signal there in order for us to take the sell as it comes back down. Looking at the 10-minute here, this is perfectly fine because you can see right here it's starting to wick off that pivot. So what might happen here is price will reject off this pivot here, possibly, and then it'll probably just come back down. So that's fine. That's kind of what we want. It can either reject off this. If it doesn't reject off that, it can always reject off this one right here. So we'll come back and take a look at that in the next 2 minutes. It's 7:08 right now. We have about 52 minutes until 8 o'clock. Once it hits 8, I'm going to be calling it a day for trading because we have news coming up, crude oil inventories. And then after that, the Fed's speaking at 9. So there's just no point in trading between that point because you don't want to get caught in a trade and then end up getting trapped. I'm already up 10,000 for the day, so I'm not really in the need to force anything. So right here, my first account, I'm up 6,000. The other account, I'm up about 4,828. So as you guys can see here, I have no losses. I'm not going to go and risk it just to lock in a couple more $100. I'd rather just call it a day. So we'll, we'll stay on here, wait for this to play out. And then once it plays out, then, we'll call it a day. So we got about, let's see, 1 minute left on this candle right here. Yeah, I'm starting to spike up pretty heavy. So you can see that sometimes the market has a late effect to the news. Like the news happened like 9 minutes ago. So it's 7:09 right now. The news happened around 7 o'clock. So what happens sometimes is there'll be a small movement, and then as time goes on, it has a late reaction because they're trying to lure in some buyers here. I think what they're doing is they're luring in buyers because, if you're an average retail trader, you're like, oh, it's good positive news, right? What do you think is going to happen with a specific asset? They're like, oh, if it's positive, price has to go up. So what they do is they trap buyers in here. And then as soon as there's enough buyers in that area, they just pump it up a little bit. They pump it slightly so that people hop into that buy. They just keep pumping it. And then all of a sudden it just crashes, right? And then they just stop everyone out. So you guys don't want to fall for those traps there. Looking at the index over here, it's starting to shift. The index is slowly starting to shift to the upside, but I also think, that's kind of part of the trap there as well. It's a lot of market manipulation, because that's the main reason why I don't trade during news, guys, because when you trade during news, actually there's another, okay, I don't know who this is, Ariana Huffington. They got to be important because if they weren't, they wouldn't be on CNBC. So there's some other news going on right now as well. I don't know who these people are, but CNBC is promoting their live session. So we'll see. We'll see where it goes from here, but I'm not going to hop into any trades. Obviously if it shifts to the upside, that's completely fine, but you also don't want to get caught in any traps. So you want to make sure that you have that confirmation before you hop into anything. All right, Peter said IG sentiment is 51% short. Okay, there it is, updated. Thanks, Peter. So yeah, it's 51% short. It's pretty flat line down the middle right now. So with IG sentiment being at this point right here, it can literally go either way. It can go up or it can go down. There really is no bias for the retail traders. But we'll see. They might pump it up a little higher, try to lure in some more buyers, and then they can spike it one way or the other. All right, 7-11 right now. We have about, yeah, we have some time right here. Yeah, no, definitely. Emmanuel said, yeah, really looking for one more than I'm out. Yeah, same here, Emmanuel. If I see something really good, then yeah, I'll take it. If I see a buy here, I'm not going to take it because a bias here is still, it's still for a sell until it closes above here. So let me see if there's any zones down here real quick. Yeah, there's no zones down that lower area. So Usd Cad is dropping farther. It's about to hit TP2 right here for 25 pips. So if you guys still have yours pending and yours never filled, I would recommend just probably closing it because it's going to hit TP and it's too far in profit already. So there you can see it's starting to round off for the 3-minute. It might be done pumping, but I mean, who knows? It might start pumping up even further. We just don't know yet until it closes. Kyle's asking, how are you making calls on 3-minute? View, click on the screen. So Kyle, I think you're here on the live session, right? So Kyle, if you're here on the live session, in order to get the 3-minute chart on TradingView, so here's a 1-minute chart, right? You just click on the screen, type in 3, and then this will come up right there, change interval of 3 minutes, hit enter, and it goes to the 3-minute chart right there. So that's how you'll get the 3-minute. Another way to do it is click this drop-down menu right here. You might not have it right here, so you just click 3 right here and click add, and it'll add it to the list right there. So our Usd Cad just hit TP2 right there. There you go with another TP for you guys. So I'll give you guys an update right now. There goes TP2. Usd Cad's making its way all the way down. So let me give you guys another update here in the group real quick. So yeah, everything's pretty much hitting mass, hitting pretty heavy. Okay, there we go. All right, Jeff, let's see. Jeff said I'm up $8 for the day on my FTMO. Yeah, no, definitely. So Jeff, he's up $8 on his FTMO, but on his personal account, he's up 2,000. So he actually took that sell right there for the one we were talking about, and he actually held on to it. He locked in 2,945 on his personal trading account. So yeah, Jeff will show off over here with that. Oh, gotcha. Okay, no, definitely, Kyle. It's all good. Kyle, if you want to apply the 3-minute strategy, we're applying the 3-minute pivot strategy. So just keep that in mind if you're wondering what strategy we're looking to apply over here. We're applying the 3-minute pivot strategy. Basically, price needs to show a valid sell signal or buy signal. It needs to be crossing the pivots or below, above or below, depending if it's a buy or sell. Or if it's already below, then that would be an entry. So like all these sells right here, these are all entries for a sell. They all would have hit TP. So just keep that in mind. I think this right here too, this is a buy, and this probably would have hit TP as well. Yeah, it would have hit TP too. So you got to trade it both ways, buys and sells, and you still would have locked in some nice profit. So here's the 3-minute, like I mentioned, looks like it's coming back down. It came up and then it came back down, and then it came back up again right here. A lot of uncertainty in the market right now. So I think we're good at this moment. Let's see if there's anything else here to make sure these people aren't. Whenever we have somebody that joins the group, I check to make sure they're not a scammer. Joey over here, Joey locked in about 1,208. So nice work, Joey. He traded gold, US 30 for buys and for sells. So great work, Joey. Yeah, Kyle, let me get you real quick. All right, Kyle, you're good. All right. Yeah, Kyle, so you're good on there now. All right, let me go over here real quick. So there still is no entry here, guys. I mean, looking over at the fundamental side over here, it's still pretty red. It's still down 115 points. The index over here is still pretty red. So the fundamentals are still showing a bearish bias right now. But looking at the technical side over here, it is, I mean, still bearish here on the 10-minute. We have to wait for this candle to close above. If it closes above, it might be bullish. And then everything else over here. So it might be shifting to the upside, but there's no guarantee it's going to go that way because this is all a shift up after the news that was released at 7. So as you can see right here, I'm just going to mark it out for you guys. So you can see it was pretty bearish down here, and then it shifted up as soon as that news happened at 7. It was positive news for the ISM. So, around news time, there could be a lot of market manipulation. So I'd be careful if you guys are entering anything, right now when there's no clear bias for both the fundamentals and the technical side. So it still hasn't shifted above there. I think once this closes, we can kind of determine, the direction of price. for the rest, not for the rest of the day, but for the time being, because there is news coming up again in about 40 minutes. So heavy news this morning, guys. Another news event in about 40 minutes, and then right after that, the Fed speaking. So you guys could expect something to happen from there. Yeah, let's see. So short scene said a 1 hour candle shows bullish move. Let's go to the 1 hour over here. Possibly short scene. I'm looking at the 1 hour right here. So looking at this, it's the same thing like on the 10-minute. You can see it's rejecting off that yellow pivot right there, right? So I'll change the color so you guys can see it better. All right. So as you can see here on the 1 hour, it's actually rejecting off that pivot short scene. So it might come back down. It might just reject off there and then come all the way back down, right? So, I mean, we'll see. We really won't know until the candle closes. This candle still has 40 minutes in it for this 1 hour over here, short scene. So it has a lot of time for it to break through it or reject off it. But we'll see. I mean, we'll see where it goes from here, because it can easily reject off there and come back down. Same with the 10-minute over here. We have about a minute left on this candle. If it fails to break above it and close, then it's probably going to come back down from here. But we really don't know yet. So you can see right there that rejection off that point. If it rejects off it, it can come all the way back down. But you know, like I mentioned, we don't know until this ends up, how this ends up moving from that point. Respond to some people in here real quick. All right, so this candle is about to close in about 50 seconds. We'll see where it goes from there. Yeah, our odd cad's looking good. It hit TP2 already, on its way to full TP right there for 50 pips. You guys, you know, as I recommend, you guys should always move your stop loss and profit, especially at this point, if you guys are in that odd cad position. All right, we'll see. If this closes above, bias might be shifting to a buy side. So looking at the index over here, it's trying to push up a little further, but we'll have to see where it goes from here. Because if this shifts above 100 points, then, you know, obviously there might be a shift in bias. But like I mentioned before, the news just happened about 19 minutes ago, and then we have another news event coming in about 20 minutes. So the news can be counterproductive, right? Like looking at this over here, the previous crude oil inventories was negative 1.7 mil, and then now it's going to be negative 1.1 mil. So that could be positive news too. But yeah, looking at the 10-minute here, it's shifted above it. So we'll have to wait and see what happens from here. I think I might be done trading for the day if this shifts to the upside. I'm not really looking to get caught any fake outs, because what might happen here is it might come up a little bit, try to lure in some more buyers, and then it can just drop from there. Or it can continue pushing up. It doesn't have to drop like that. It can come up, retest the structure. So there's two different scenarios that can play out here, right? So looking at US 30 right now, there's two different scenarios that can play out. What can happen here is price can come up, and then it could possibly retest its structure right here. And then from this point, it'll either continue up higher or it'll come all the way back down, right? Two main scenarios there that can happen. And this is something that I personally don't want to get caught up in. So we'll see where it goes from here. If it ends up breaking above here, above the structure, then we'll see if there is any possibility of it coming back down. If not, I'm not really looking to enter any buys right now, because I'm already, you know, we've already done pretty well so far. I'm not trying to throw away any profits, trying to hop into any risky trades at this point. Because all these trades from this point I consider risky, because there was news just 20 minutes ago. There's another news event coming up in 40 minutes. And then right after that, the Fed speaking for like about, they're speaking from like 9 until close the market. So they'll be talking from about 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. So about 5 hours. So 5 hours after 9, it's just going to be Fed talking all evening, right? And this is NFP. So just keep that in mind, that you're going to see some pretty unusual market movements from there. So just be aware, guys. Be 100% aware. If you guys decide to trade when I log off, just make sure to, you know, use proper risk. If you need to use a smaller lot size, do that. But just keep in mind that you're going to be risking a lot of trades here moving forward, especially with the news coming up in about 30 minutes or so. So yeah, if you guys have questions, go ahead and ask your questions right now because I'm not really looking to enter any new trades right now. If if the bias changes back to a sell, then y'all look for some sell scalps, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen within the next 30 minutes because its price is like way up here. In order for us to take that sell, we need to hop in like way down here. Same with the 1 minute. Price needs to come way back down here until we can even think about taking a sell. So just looking at everything at this point, same with what Shortstein was mentioning earlier. He said that it's looking bullish on the 1 hour. It's looking bullish now because it's above the pivot, but we would have to wait for this candle to close, which closes in about 37 minutes. So we have some time here before this candle closes for that confirmation. And I'll show you what I mean by that. So like, see right here how the pivots are spread out. The trend meter is red and prices below the pivots. So this is indicating a bearish bias, right, on the technical side. So right here, if we have a rejection off this point, I expect it to drop, right? Going back over here, I'm going to show you the same exact thing, but on the buy side. So see right here how the pivots are spread out. There's a wick rejection off the pivots right here. The trend meter is green down here. See, everything showing a buy, right? So it's the same setup right there, basically, because you can see price comes down and then it retraces back up. Same with right here, price came up, it retraced back down. You had that nice rejection off there. And then what happens from this point? Skyrocket, right? So same situation here, rejection off this point, drop down to the bottom. And this was a push up for about like nearly 3,000 pips right there, right? So, it's no different. It's the same thing. It's just the same pattern in the opposite direction. So we would just have to wait for that confirmation before we take that trade, but we just don't have time because in the next 36 minutes, we have another news event. And then after that, the Fed speaking. Yeah, no, gold's been dropping. Shortstein mentioned gold drops because of NFP. Yeah, no, it's been dropping. I mean, I think last month it was going up though. Let me see. So I'll just look at gold for you guys real quick. Because gold is like a whole nother beast. I don't even trade gold because of that specific reason. It's just a whole nother beast. So yeah, looking at this over here, actually this would have been a nice sell. So if you guys caught this right here, using the K2SR zone strategy, there's a break and close past the structure right here. So for you guys here who caught gold, we had another entry here using this strategy, the K2SR zone strategy. So right here, a break and close past the structure. That's number one. Number two, confirmed direction of momentum using the K2 momentum indicator. It was a momentum sell right here. So with that said, you could have entered a short position right there and you would have been reaching your full TP shortly for about 170 pips right there. So yeah, this month it's dropping because of NFP. Let's see how it was in April or May actually. So May over here, let's see, first week of May. Yeah, so first week of May over here. So it was actually bullish. So like last month, NFP right here was pretty bullish. So you can see on May 7th, that was Friday, NFP. As soon as NFP hit, it shot all the way up right here. So I mean, right now, obviously you can see it's dropping. It's dropping because of NFP for June. But I mean, it's always going to be a little bit iffy. But if you guys caught that right there, that's another full TP for whoever applied, our 4-hour strategy for gold over here. But all right, so looking at Usd Cad, it's still on its way to full TP right there. It's almost down. But other than that, you can see US 30 is starting to taper down, right? So you can see it's starting to drop. It's doing exactly what I thought would happen. They were just trying to lure in those buyers, and then now they're going to dump price down. So this is why I didn't hop into those buys, guys. You don't want to get caught in these traps here. So there's going to be a lot of traps being placed today. Right here, same situation. See how that wick is starting to reject off it? It's starting to form something like this. I forgot what you guys call it. A doji, not a doji. It's like a shovel or something. I forgot what it's called. Upside down hammer. That's what it is. So there is a hammer right here, or not a clean hammer, but if this ends up closing below this area, it'd be like a upside down hammer indicating, a bearish move from there. So it's playing out exactly like I mentioned, right? Right here on the 3, I said it was probably going to come up, lure in some buyers, and then at that point, it'll just drop all the way back down. But I mean, I don't know, guys. We'll have to wait and see. I'm not going to mess with the market because I can already tell it's playing games at this point. But yeah, I mean, if you guys decide to take any trades at this point, just be careful. I'll have to wait for this to close. If this ends up closing right here, and then it ends up coming back farther down below this area, like around here, then maybe I'll start looking for some sells. But we got 30 minutes till noon, so we don't have very much time to really enter that. So let's see. All right, now US 30 is playing out exactly like like we anticipated. It's coming down over here, and then we will we'll see where it goes from there. But profits are good for today. Let's see. Sad thing that CZ posted on his. All right, looking at the chat over here, let's see. MK said, so MK was doing FTM over here. Let's see, he said, I'm getting a little of my self-confidence back. Took some trades, some of my mistakes, but K2 pivots FOREX. Shawn, when did you first know and after, such as one good trading made you confident you could trade? I never did a trial. I never did a trial before. I've never done the trial. I've always. Or demo trading. Yeah, no, it's responding to some people here in the premium. All right, short team's asking 10K is 5% of your account, Shawn. Yeah, that's correct. It's a 200K account. So yeah, 10K is 5% of that. 20K would be 10%. All right, so it's coming down like where it's coming down exactly to where we Dalton says, Shawn, I've never done a travel before. Not exactly. So the thing with me, guys, is I don't really recommend you guys ever do a trial because you guys can if you guys are really not ready. But doing a trial doesn't really prepare you for like the real market, right? Because you're not really testing your emotions or anything like that. So if you do a trial, you're kind of playing yourself because you'll do well. Like I've heard this from a lot of people. They do really well on a trial, and then they go to live and they end up blowing the account, right? What I recommend is just do live, but take small trades. Don't take anything big. Or you gotta make it realistic somehow, because a lot of people they'll go from trial, they'll do really good, they go to live, and then they just blow their account right away. Oh gosh, okay, MK is right here. He's listening on YouTube. Yeah, no problem, MK. Yeah, everyone's kind of different. So let's see. Valentine said, "Nice profits, bro. I was gonna go in, but MT4 is playing up twice on me. That sucks, Valentine. It's all good. Next time." But yeah, no, definitely, MK. It's fine that it's fine that you're doing the trial. I do see that you want to get your confidence back, but this is kind of like a false confidence, because you're going to do this, and then what happens is once you actually do the actual challenge or you get funded, it's not going to be the same. That's why I stopped passing people as FTMOs, because obviously you guys can see I can pass FTMOs like within a couple of days. It's just if I pass your FTMO for you, what I would do before is I'd pass people's FTMOs, and then as soon as they get funded, they lose the account right away. And I'm like, what a waste of time, right? A waste of time and money for me to pass for you guys. And then you guys just end up blowing it right when you get funded. So that's why, I don't really pass people's FTMOs. I'd rather just teach you guys to actually be self-efficient and to take these trades on your own. Because it's not that difficult, guys. You guys can see everyone here in K2. Like, I'm not the only one profiting here, right? People here profit more than me. Like Joey, you can see all the names here too. So Joey, that's how much he made. Jeff, that's how much he made. Kenton, that's how much he made. Gene Vaughn, that's how much he made. Justin, that's how much. There's a lot of people here in K2 making profit. It's not just like like 5 or 10 people. There's like, 20, 40 people here making profit every morning with us. Not just in the morning, but the entire day. So, I mean, obviously what we're doing here works. And if you guys want, if you guys want the opportunity to learn it, yeah, the opportunity is there. Just go on the website, k2trades.com, click on K2 strategy course, and you guys could learn it yourself. But yeah, so anything else, guys? If you guys have any other questions, you guys can put them in the chat, because I think I'm done trading for the day. It's already 7:30. We don't really have time between now until 8 to take any more trades. So I'm here to answer any questions that you guys have, and then I will, obviously, I'll give you guys some feedback. So it's Eunice said, can you take a look at GBP USD? I see a valid sell entry using the K2 zone strategy. Yeah, Eunice, so let me go to G real quick. So GBP USD over here. Yeah, so if it closes below this point right here, Eunice, then you can take that for a sell. You just need it to close below there. That candle is going to close below there in about 2 hours. So you got a couple hours to go. But here, I'll analyze this from scratch so that you guys can see what me and Eunice are looking at here. Because here's a naked chart. So here I'm going to analyze everything from scratch. Here's a naked chart right here. First thing I'm going to do is identify market structure. In order to do that, I'm going to turn on the K2SR indicators right here. I'm going to go ahead and draw that right there. Oh, and just a reminder, guys. So like one of the members here just reminded me, they said they came on the YouTube live just to like the video so that we can find other people that need help. So if you guys haven't already, if you guys can like the stream, that'll definitely help. If you didn't have any value out of this, go ahead and dislike it so that YouTube won't show you my videos anymore. That's perfectly fine, because I don't want you to make profit off my trades anyways. So yeah, if you guys haven't already, if you guys can go on the YouTube and like the video, if you haven't already, that'll help us find other people that that need help trading. And it's fine. A lot of people, they dislike videos like as a joke, but that joke's on them, because YouTube's not going to show you my videos anymore. And it doesn't really bother me, because we're going to profit regardless. But anyways, here, first thing we do is we draw market structure right here. And then here, I'll put the requirements for this right here. So this is the K2 SR zone trading strategy. So first you want to confirm a break and close past K2 SR zone. To confirm direction of momentum using K2 momentum indicator. And then lastly, you can enter on the open of the following candle. So this is the strategy that Eunice is talking about right here. It's a K2 zone trading strategy. Basically right here, you want to confirm a break and close past the K2 SR zone, right? So looking at this over here, we want price to break and close past this zone right here. Once that happens right there, we need to confirm the direction of momentum, right? So we turn on the momentum indicator, and this right here is a sell momentum, right? So with that said, if it closes below here and we have a sell momentum signal right there, we take a short position right there, and then we pretty much just ride it down from this point, Eunice. So yeah, you're correct with identifying this right here. You just need to wait for that confirmation for it to come down. And then once you have that, then you can, obviously you can take that trade there. So that's pretty much where it's at for GU. It's just, it's going to take some time before it reaches that point there. But, you're definitely spot on with that. I would just be careful, because tomorrow is NFP. So NFP is going to affect the US dollar. It's also going to affect gold. So, you're going to see some spikes in price, with regard to however the news is released tomorrow. So I think that's it for there. If you guys have any other questions, I can answer them for you. If you want me to analyze anything, I can analyze whatever. If you guys want me to analyze any random pair, any random indice, I mean, sky's the limit, guys. These strategies here work on everything. So if you guys want me to analyze a crypto for you, I mean, I can draw market structure for anything. I can identify momentum for anything. I can literally answer any questions you guys have. So if you guys have questions about risk management, I went over that yesterday. I broke down the lot sizes. If you have questions about FTMO, I can answer that too. I've been with FTMO for a while now, since I think it's been a year now. Yeah, since June. Neandro's asking, Shawn, can you do more payment method on K2 subscription? So Neandro, message me on Telegram, and then I mean we can figure out something for you. I'm not sure what the problem is with your I'm trying to figure out what your question is. No, you're fine. Neandro said sorry for me English. No, you're good, bro. Your English is fine. But yeah, just message me privately because I mean obviously I don't want to give out your details on here. But yeah, so let me just check this out real quick. All right, Miles wants me to take a look at GJ. So let me just scroll real quick. Yeah, so Miles wants me to take a look at GJ. So let me go over to GJ real quick. I got a couple alerts. We're good. All right, so looking at GJ over here, I'm gonna do the same thing I did for GU. I'm just gonna delete everything off here. And there's a naked chart, right? So there's nothing on the chart here. First thing I'm going to do is identify market structure. I'll turn on the K2SR indicator right there. And then I'll go ahead and pull this up from that point. All right, cool. So we got this there. This looks like it overlaps with these right here. So basically if the zones overlap, I just create one big zone. So I don't have to go and draw like, 100 zones out here. And they don't have to be super on point. I mean, if they're just, if they're close enough to cover majority of the area, that's fine. So in this situation right here, we don't have an upper zone. So I'll go on the higher time frame, the 8 hour. There's no zone there. I'll go on the daily. There's no zone there. I'll go on the weekly. There's no zone there. I'm gonna go on the monthly. All right, so there's a zone right here. And then one up here. And I'll pull back down to the 4 hour. So looking at this right here, I'll turn that off. We have market structure drawn right here. Looking back at what I mentioned earlier. So you guys can see when you draw this market structure, it makes a huge difference because you can identify what the story is telling you with the charts, right? So looking at price right here, you can see price was consolidating slightly over here. And then it just shot up, right? There's different phases of GJ. It consolidates, breakout, consolidation, breakout. And then what happens here? Consolidation, right? So looking at this here, Miles, I mean, it's in its consolidation phase right now. So it's probably going to keep bouncing back and forth within this area. And then you can expect a breakout upwards or a breakout downwards, one or the other. Turning on the momentum indicator right here. Looks like we have a pending buy. So like if you guys can see right here, the last time it was consolidating right here, it gave a small buy right here. And then as soon as it broke above, it just shot up like crazy, right? Again, same situation here. It was consolidating for a long time. The most recent signal was a buy, and then it shot up right here. So looking at current price right now, it's consolidating. The most recent signal was a buy. So this can easily shoot up, or if it has a sell signal, it can probably shoot down. But right now, there's just no entry for GJ. It's just consolidating. You have to wait for that breakout before you can hop into that next trade. So yeah, Miles, just looking at it right here, I don't really see too much here. I mean, it can go either way. It can literally go up or it can go down. But right now it's consolidating, just ranging up and down. And then, I mean, you'll have to wait. So you have to wait for it to close below here. If it closes below here with the sell signal, then you can hop into that sell, right? You just hop into that at that point. You write it down to there, full TP, if that becomes the case. Vice versa, if you want to look for a buy, you got to wait for it to swing up here. Let it close above this structure right here. And then with that said, you enter a long position right there. But it's just about patience, Miles. So don't, I wouldn't recommend hopping into it just because you think it's going to be a sell. I would recommend hopping into it if you have an analysis. So if you want to send me a chart, Miles, I mean, I can take a look at it, see what I think of it. But from my perspective right now, it's not a good time to enter. Because what can happen here is you enter the sell, right? And it comes down and then it just bounces off the structure and then you get stopped out. So I wouldn't enter the sell just like that. Yeah, that's pretty much it for GJ right there. Let's see. Dalton said, haha, K2 on Dodge. I have no, yeah, we can do PayPal, Neandro. So again, just message me on Telegram, and then I'll give you the details or whatever to help you with that. So just just message me, and then I'll talk to you privately. So yeah, Dalton said Dodge. Let me pull up Dodge real quick. I don't mess with, like, I don't trade that stuff, like any of those hype cryptos or shit cryptos. I don't know whatever people call them. There's like different names for it. But yeah, so just looking at Dodge over here. So I mean, if you guys were to apply the same strategies that we're applying here on Dodge, you can see that it works perfectly fine, right? K2 works perfectly fine on Dodge. If you were to apply the intraday strategy, you can see here. So let me just rewind to here. If you're applying the intraday strategy for Dodge, it works perfectly fine, right? Because we have a momentum buy signal right there. We have a trend meters green. So with that said, you enter a long position right there. You let it run. Full TP, right? Again, right here, same thing. We have a buy signal, trend meter is green, same situation. That would have been, another full TP right there. I mean, it works both ways. Like, the K2 indicators are based off momentum. So as long as the price is moving, you can make profit on whatever you guys want to trade. You don't have to trade US 30. You can trade anything. Like, looking here on the 10-minute, if you're using the, so I'll show you the snipe strategy, right? The snipe strategy that we normally use for US 30 on the 10-minute, you can use it on Dodge too. It works perfectly fine. Because I've seen a lot of people make a ton of money off this, trading XRP, trading Bitcoin, like on the weekends. I don't do it myself because you got to enjoy your weekend, guys. I trade every day, Monday through or Sunday through Friday. So weekends are basically off limits for me. I just chill. But a lot of you guys want to keep trading. So there's a lot of you guys here who lock in a ton of profit overnight. I forgot who was it. Ivartarius. I think Ivartarius, he locked in I think 15,000 off Dodge the other week because he just he caught these moves here. So I mean, that's fine. I don't need to mark up everything here, but anyways, what I was just saying right here, this strategy works perfectly fine on Dodge as well. So looking at this right here, we look for a wick rejection off the pivot and a wick rejection off the structure, right? So looking over here off this, so we have a buy signal right here. We have price pull up or a sell signal right here. So I'm looking for any possible entries. So looking at this right here, we have a sell signal. Then we have a wick rejection off this right here. And then it's a wick rejection off the pivot and structure. So you could take that for a small little scalp right there. I don't know how much that would have been. I don't trade Dodge, so I don't know how many pips are worth trading. I mean, if you're trading Dodge, you're trading with a big lot size, right? So if you were to trade this, you could have made a lot of profit right there, right? Directly off there. Again, same situation. We have a buy signal here. So every time we had this wick rejection off the pivots right here, pivots in the structure, you would just keep taking these buys right here. So that would have been a full TP right there. Like I mentioned, I don't trade Dodge, so I don't know what it's worth. Again, right there, that second candle following it, another full TP. The one next to it right there, full TP. And let me just check. So Ivardius, I know he posted about it. Let me see if I can find him here. I don't even know what Ivardius is, or he might have posted it in here. Nice work, Stanley. So Stanley just sent me his profits right here. He made 1,525. He took all the trades that I called, GCAD, GOD. Yeah, you locked in some really nice profit off that, bro. Sorry guys, let me look up. Am I tripping? I swear I've seen Ivardius post his profits. I can't remember what his username was. Scroll over here real quick. I know he's posted profits here this week, so his name's going to be on here somewhere over here. Oh, there we go. Okay, set him no so. So I don't know why his name doesn't show up on whatever. I'll just look him up on here. Damn, I can't even look him up on here. Yeah, for some reason I can't look him up in the chats. I know he posts his profits. He's right here. He posts it on here all the time. I was just gonna show you guys the profits that he makes off of off crypto because he trades cryptos over the weekend. He's like one of the main guys that trades crypto over the weekend. I can't search him on here for whatever reason, but here, let me see if I could find him under the safe photo. So these are his trades from the, oh, here, perfect. So this was on May 30th, right? This was like 3 days ago on Saturday. He trades XRP, Bitcoin, and he made 5,000 over the weekend. This dude trades crazy, like all day, and he locks in a ton of profit. So this is what I mean. He trades the same strategy on XRP, same strategy on Bitcoin. This dude makes a ton of profit over the weekend too. So, it just goes to show that you guys can trade whatever you want, whenever you want, and it works perfectly fine. So there's Dodge. If you guys wanted to mess with Dodge on here, it would work. It's just not something that I would recommend because I don't really trade these hype coins. You really never know when it's going to disappear. So, I mean, good luck if if that becomes the case. So anyways, going over here. So that's it for Dodge. Let's see. Sound of Music Entertainment is asking, can you do XRP? Yeah, sure. I'll take a look at XRP. So I'll do this first. I'll look at XRP on the higher time frame, and then I'll show you the little scalp things that we can possibly have taken off there. So here, like you guys saw how I looked up the market structure for the Forex pairs, it's the same way for XRP. Turn the K²SR over here. And like I mentioned, it's based off momentum. So it doesn't matter what you want to trade. If you want to trade cryptos, if you want to trade Forex, if you want to trade indices, it works for everything. If you want to trade stocks, it works for stocks. You want to trade futures. I mean, literally whatever you guys want to trade, your options are limited with K2 here, because you can literally apply it on anything. So anyways, there's the zones right there. All right, so looking at this right here, you can see that we have market structure. Just looking at XRP right here, obviously you can see prices just ranging within this area, right? So it's just ranging within these two zones right here. What could happen is price can break above it. I'll turn the momentum indicator right here. So we have a buy signal right here, right? So what we're looking for here is for price to break above. If price ends up breaking above here and closes, then you can take that for a buy and then pretty much just ride it up further. But you need to wait for that confirmation because price has failed to break this structure for a while now. Let's see, it hasn't broken this structure since May 28th. Or actually, no, it's been longer than that. Price hasn't broken this structure since it broke below here on May 21st. So it's been below this structure for 13 days now. So you have to wait for it to break above there to take that buy. And then you'd have that confirmation to enter this trade there. So that's pretty much it for XRP. Off the 4 hour, I'll show you some scalps here because you can probably find scalps. You're probably better off scalping cryptos anyways. So let me just turn this off real quick. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and draw these zones right here. Small one right there. There. So yeah, on the higher time frame, I mean, you're looking for a bullish move off XRP, but I mean, you can easily bounce around there. Looking here on the shorter time frame for a scalp, you could let's turn off the K²SRs right here. Yeah, so looking at this right here, you can see that there was actually a couple of scalps here. So looking at this right here, if I just rewind this, or I don't even have to rewind it, just looking at this over here, this red candle, this would have been a snipe entry right here because we have a rejection off the pivot, rejection off the structure. So with that said, you would enter a sell right here. And then I don't know, because I don't trade XRP, so I don't know what's a big move or not. But you would probably try to, I don't know if 770 pips is a lot, but if you're going for like 70 pips on XRP, that would have hit full TP already, like initially on the first opening candle right there. Again, over here, there's more entries. So like, as you guys can see, there's a lot of entries here that you could have taken. Again, with this green candle right here, we have the wick rejection off the pivot and structure right here. So with that said, you would enter a long position right there. You let that run, full TP, right? So full TP right there. Again, right next to it, there's actually a couple entries. There's another one right here. So that'd be two full TPs again right here. another full TP right there. So all of these would have hit all full TP if you took any of those trades there. But just looking at current price right now, Sound of Music, just looking at this right here, I don't really see much of well, technically we'll have to wait for something to come up. So just looking at this right here, I'm not sure how you trade it, but so if this candle doesn't close with the buy signal, so say for example it closes like how it's closing right now, right? If you're looking to apply the snipe strategy right there, you'd want the wick rejection off the pivot, wick rejection off the structure, and if the sell signal is still here and there's no buy signal, then you can enter this for another short. So I think XRP is probably going to come down still if that becomes the case, maybe down for like 60 pips or so, 65 pips. So just keep that in mind if you're thinking about entering this, but this is just for a scalp. So looking on the long-term 4-hour, if it breaks above the structure, which is going to be at 1.07118, you can take this for a buy. Vice versa, if you're looking to scalp it, if this closes with the buy signal, there's no entry there. So just ignore that if that happens. But if it doesn't close like that, you still have 6 minutes left on this candle. If it closes below here, then you can take this for a sell. But if this closes like this, then there's no trade here. You can start looking for a buy. It'll be like this. So see how we have a buy signal right here? You look for the wick rejection off the pivot and structure. And then from there, you'll start looking for a buy, in this direction. But yeah, I mean, you have to wait for this candle to close before you can really determine, where it's going to go from there. Yeah, no problem. Sound of Music. I can help you out with that. Duncan's asking about NASDAQ. So I'll go to NASDAQ real quick. Let's go over to, or let me just check US 30 real quick, because Short Scene said US 30 1 hour big candle. Let's see. Yeah, huge candle right there. Short Scene. So just looking at this right here, it could still possibly reject off that pivot right there. So we still have 6 minutes left on this candle too. And then keep in mind that in 6 minutes, we do have news. So the US oil inventories, crude oil inventories are coming out at 8 o'clock. So in about a few minutes now, that news is going to be released. That can probably spike price one way or the other as well. So let's go back to NASDAQ over here for Duncan. So I'll go to US 100, which is NASDAQ right there. Let me see if I can find any possible zones here. So I don't see any zones myself here. I mean, prices dropped like too far down. Let me just put the zones back up here from earlier. I got to redo them because they're different now. So let's draw that right there. So yeah, we got that right there. That right there. That right there. And I'm just going to show you guys the scalps that you could have caught if you were trading this earlier, because Jeff did catch this earlier. So Jeff actually let this run from last night. So I'll just show you, where he could have possibly entered from. So looking at this right here, we have a sell signal, right? So from this sell signal right here, we're looking for a possible entry off of the NASDAQ. So I'll just go back over here real quick. So Jeff entered this like super late. I mean, not super late, but like he entered around this time over here, I believe, or it could have been somewhere earlier. But anyways, just looking at this here, we have a wick rejection off the pivot, wick rejection off the structure, sell signal right there, indicating that momentum is going to come down. So with all those hints right there, you could have taken a short position right here, right? And I think he goes for like 250 pips or maybe 300 pips. I don't know. Honestly, I don't trade NASDAQ. So depending on where your TP stop loss was, I mean, it could have even been 500 pips, right? Who knows? Could have been something like that, 500 pips. So with that said, if you were to take this trade here and then you let it run, obviously it goes into some slight drawdown right there, but eventually it comes all the way down, right? So if you were applying that strategy right there, off that's what you would have hit, looking at Jeff's profits over here. So Jeff let it run overnight and Jeff locked in nearly 3,000 on his personal account. So he took one contract for a sell, which is basically a standard lot. And he locked in 2,945 off this move right here because he woke up around, I don't know, 6 o'clock or whatever. And then that's how much profit he made because he posted those profits at 5 a.m. So nice work with that over there. So just looking at this here, Duncan, I mean, looking at current price, I don't really see much right now because there's no zones in this area. Until zones get placed in that area, then, you know, we can possibly look for something. But I mean, it's still in a bearish bias right here. Obviously, you can reject off this pivot and then come back down. But there's not going to be entry using any of my strategies right now currently. I mean, there possibly is, but nothing that I personally think is worth taking because news is coming in about 3 minutes. And looking over here at the indexes, NASDAQ is still down 107 points. So the bias is still for a sell. So if you're looking to enter trades for NASDAQ, I would still be looking for sells. But I mean, honestly, we really don't know what's going to happen after news because at 8 o'clock, the crude oil inventories is going to be released. And then at 9:30, the Fed's going to be speaking. So price can go up and down. It doesn't have to go where it's supposed to at this point right here. And that's why I'm holding off on entering any new trades. All right, so back to US 30 over here. That's crazy. Huge bullish move there. And, you know, we'll see what happens from this point as we continue over. Mark said, is the pip count still the same for Dodge as it is for US 30? Honestly, I don't trade Dodge, Mark. I don't think you should trade it either. So maybe ask someone in the group that does trade it, but I personally don't know because I don't trade cryptos at all. I just buy and hold Bitcoin, but I'm not even buying them right now because of how the market's moving. Let's see. Sound Entertainment said, much thanks again. Great analysis and software. Definitely, no problem. Sound of Music. Short Scene said, thankfully I made profit on buy, entered around 34,431. Nice. So it looks like Short Scene over here entered. Here, I'll just mark it up over here, Short Scene, so we can see where you entered from. You probably got in at a good time. So let's see, you said 34,431. Oh, you got in like way down there. So yeah, Short Scene, you caught it as it started to swing up. I think that was on the open of the 1 hour candle, right? So I'll just go over here and I'll just put a line right there as well. So yeah, if price ends up shifting above there, then, you know, bias might be changing here on the 1 hour. But yeah, you entered like right there, but right when it started to shift up. So nice catch on that Short Scene. And you like literally caught it when it, like, as it started to shift up. You probably caught this right here, right? The weakness right here off these. And you saw the reversal right there off that doji, and you could have caught it up from there. So yeah, no, great work off that Short Scene. But we got news coming up in about an hour. I mean, not an hour, 1 minute. And then we'll see where it goes from there. But I think that's it for today. Let's see. We have one more question from Stanley, who wants me to take a look at USD Cad. And there you go with US 30. It's probably going to come back down a bit. So let me go over to USD Cad real quick for Stanley. So Stanley said USD Cad on the 1 hour. Take everything off the chart and go ahead and draw my zones real quick. Zoom out from this point. Turn on the K2SR indicator. All right, zoom in from this point here. Got that right there. All right, Stanley. So here's USD Cad on the 1 hour. I've drawn up the zones. Turn this off right there. Zoom out from this point. Yeah, it looks pretty bullish from this point. So let me just pull up the momentum indicator. We had a strong momentum right here. So if you caught this from down here, you would have made some heavy profit off that. Again, right here, price broke structure above this area. So there's technically another entry running right there. So I'm not sure if you're in this, Stanley. I personally wouldn't take it because it's too close to the next zone. It's only like 10 pips. So I probably wouldn't mess with it. But I mean, if you're looking for those quick scalps, you can possibly catch that for like 10 pips or so. But yeah, no, it looks good for a bullish move right there, Stanley. If you're in it, it looks like it's about to hit TP actually. It's almost there. You know, looking at it on the 4 hour, I was actually going to enter that trade too. Stanley, I have it marked up right here. You can see the orange marker. If I have an orange marker on the trade, that means I was looking to take it, but I didn't take it. So going over to USD Cad, this would have been the entry on the 4-hour right here. So it's technically still running. See, I would have taken this one right here for a 36 pip move. I wouldn't take the 1 hour because it's just too short of a time frame. But here on the 4-hour, it looks like it should continue pushing up, Stanley. So if you're in that trade, I mean, the entry came about 2 hours ago on this candle close, and it's pushing its way up to full TP right there using the same zone strategy. So you're pretty good off that, Stanley, if you're in it for a buy. I think it's going to continue pushing up. Nice. Kel said, caught this beauty at 34,338. Nice work, Kel. Let me check you out real quick. So let's see. He got in at 34,338. Damn, you caught it straight from the bottom. How do you do that, Kel? You a fortune teller? This dude literally caught it straight from the bottom. No, that's good though, bro. Like, props to you if you caught it from there. You probably had a zone drawn around that area, right? It was probably on the higher time frame too. So let me just go over here real quick. So let's see, Kel caught it from the bottom there. I'm thinking like if I had my zones up like on a higher time frame, it's probably like a higher zone. So let me just go over to like the 1 hour. Yeah, there was a zone like right below it, right here on the 1 hour. Let me go on the 2 hour. Actually, no, yeah, no, not on there. See if I find one on the 4 hour. Yeah, the zones are all around that area right there. So if you were on the higher time frame, you could have caught a nice little zone, and then you could have caught it as it swung up. But you probably just caught it right off the bottom. Yeah. Oh, you got an order block. Yeah, no, same thing. Yeah, so you had the order block a little bit higher. It was probably taken off the higher time frame. If I go like on the 1 hour, I could probably see it off here. Let me zoom out real quick. Turn this off over here. Yeah, I can see it right here. So just looking at this right here. Actually, no, not that one. The one above it. This one right here. Yeah, it lined up perfectly. So I got that on the 1 minute. I mean, the 1 hour, and it lined up perfectly. So yeah, you caught that right on point. You can see it there on the 1 hour. If I turn all this stuff off. Yeah, I caught this one right here at this point. Yeah, exactly. 1 hour time frame. So Kel, he identified exactly where I saw it too, right there on the 1 hour. It's a clean order block right there. Yeah, man, nice move. Nice move off that. Because yeah, there's a 1 hour. That's where the order block was identified. On the 10 minute, you see it come down right here. Quick move up right there from that point. So yeah, no, definitely great work off that, bro. All right, so I think that's it, guys. It's 8 o'clock right now. I'm assuming that news is positive because you can see US 30 is pushing up like heavy right now. What the hell? That's a big number. Look, so that's crazy. So the crude oil inventories, it was negative 1.7, and it was actually they were forecasting negative 1 mil, and it was negative 5.1 mil. That's a big jump. So I wonder if the dollar spiked too. No, I didn't. It's probably gonna have a late reaction. So just be careful, guys, if you guys are trading right now, because that news right there is actually some pretty big news. It's probably gonna have a late reaction. People are gonna start, making their moves after, but that's a big move because they are only forecasting it to be different by like 0.7 points, but it was actually different by nearly 5 million points. So just just keep that or 5 million, I don't know, whatever inventories, barrels, or whatever they consider it. So just keep that in mind. It might have a late effect on the market, and then in an hour, the Fed's going to be speaking. So just, be aware that a lot of stuff can happen from now until then, and you guys don't want to get caught in any crazy movements from that point. So I think that's it for now, guys. So that's it for this session. Tomorrow, I'm not going to be going live. Just keep that in mind. Tomorrow, I'm not going live because it's a full day of news, right? I already know if I go live tomorrow, I'm going to take some horrible trades, and I'm either going to make a lot of profit or I'm going to blow this whole week's profit. So you guys can see here tomorrow's NFP. There's a G7 meeting all day. Fed Powell is speaking at 4 a.m. Like, gee, that's super early in the morning. Fed Powell is going to be speaking at 4 a.m. That's going to be right before market open. Right after that, Canadian unemployment, NFP at 5:30. And then after that, we still have PMI. So all day tomorrow is going to be a really risky day. I'm not going to risk it. I'm probably going to be done trading tonight overall with Forex and US 30. But tomorrow I'm not going to be going live. So just keep that in mind. Don't be like, wondering where I'm at, because I'm going to give you guys a heads up now, and I'll give you guys an update in the room as well. So I think that's it. I'm going to wrap up this trading week. I locked in a ton of profit this week. Hopefully you guys did too. I mean, just looking at my profits from this week, let me just scroll up. So I'll show you guys what I made this week just from everything that we've documented so far. So this was Sunday over here. These are my first profits on, I think, Monday, I believe. A couple $1,000 right there, about $3,400 there, about $3,000 there. And then yesterday or the day before that, locked in a couple $1,000 right here. And then again, right here, some more wins. And then some more wins there. I just kept scalping all throughout the week. Even though it was a holiday week, it was kind of slow, but we did make some pretty nice profit. I'm not going to throw these profits away by trading tomorrow during NFP, especially not the ones from today, because today was a pretty solid day overall. So it's been a great week so far, guys. Our Forex trades hit TP, so I think you guys are pretty happy about that. But yeah, other than that, I think we're going to call it a week, and this will be week 1 of June. So I'll give you guys an update in the room if I see any other trades. I'll be looking for any possible entries as we continue on with the trading day, but I'll probably be wrapping up all my trading by tonight. So I think that's about it. If you guys have questions, reach out to me on Telegram. If not, I will catch you guys in the chat. So I'll catch you guys later. Have a great weekend if I don't talk to you from now until then. And be careful tomorrow. If you guys trade tomorrow, remember to use small lot sizes. Be aware of all the movements in the market, because there's a lot of stuff going on. And if you guys have any questions about